Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of Dancing with the Stars. Last week, Kathy Ireland went home. But this week, it's all about the sexy. It's Latin night. So, Len is back, and Carrie Ann and Bruno are still there, as usual. So they started off the show with Mark and Lacey, and they were doing a Rhumba. It was okay. It wasn't really believable to me, or sexy. In fact, I was kind of disappointed. They ended up with an 18. Alright, Joanna and Derek, they had a Samba. I thought this dance was really pretty great. And that Samba roll, Derek made me practice it like for hours until I got it right. And then he made me practice it some more. They ended up with a 23. Yeah. Alright, so Maya and Dmitry, everybody knows she's on fire so far. They did a Rhumba. This was sexy and hot. And even Paula Abdul in the audience was blushing, and it takes a lot to get Paula to blush. The pose at the end was awesome. And Len gave them a 7? What? The other two judges gave him a 10. It was the first 2 10s of the new season. They ended up with a 27, but what was up Len's butt? Melissa and Mark up next with their Samba. It was kind of Susan Lucci-esque. Was Melissa drinking? Because she was kind of stumbling around a little bit at times. And the slow motion Samba roll seemed kind of weird. They ended up with a 19. Louie and Chelsie were up next. And they had a Rhumba. Very sexy Rhumba. If these two aren't already dating, they will be by the end of the night. The dancing, it was okay. But the chemistry, it's off the charts. Again, Len, he gave them a 5, and the other scores were 8 and 7. What was up with that? They ended up with a 20. Alright, Debi and Max, they had a Samba, and Mel B showed up. And I remember when the Spice Girls had first came out, I was like, Spice Girls. I didn't think Scary Spice was all that cool, but now that I am an adult and Scary Spice is an adult, I can appreciate her coolness. It was nice of her to show up. And poor Debi, it seems like she kind of ran out of steam during the dance, and she had like these weird faces, and it kind of was bland. I don't know. They ended up with a 17. Okay, so Donny and Kim were up next, and they had a Rhumba. I mean, the dance was okay, but Donny Osmond's just not very sexy. And I can't picture Donny Osmond trying to be sexy. I think it would just make me laugh. And I really got weirded out during this part because he started like trying to wrestle and make out with Bruno. It's just not cool. And then the show really took a turn south because Paula wanted to make out with Carrie Ann. I don't want to see making out. They ended up with a 21. I think they should have taken points off for all that weirdness. Alright, Michael and Anna were up next, and they had a Samba. Dancing was okay. I thought Michael was pretty entertaining. I mean, at least he was having fun, right? Not really. I mean, I guess he was having fun, but the judges didn't think it was very entertaining because they only gave him a 14. Natalie and Alec were up next with their Rhumba. And everybody knows that Alec is married to Edita. So she showed up to give Natalie some pointers, and she was all like, I help you be sexy time with my husband. You let it all go. You be sexy with Alec. Alright, Natalie was improved, but at one point in the dance, it looked like she made this face that she was going to throw up. I don't know whether it was nerves or she was holding her breath or what, but they ended up with a 26. I thought the judges were a little generous there. Alright, Chuck and Anna with their Samba. I like a guy who will go and have a pedicure with his daughter. I think that's pretty cool. But as far as the dance goes, not so much. The caveman Samba rolls and the creative choreography. And Len is like, this is entertaining. Len, is it entertaining to watch a guy with a mohawk stumble around? Well, I guess it is. He ended up with a 17. Aaron and Karina. Aaron, the golden boy this season so far. They had a Rhumba. I'm really disappointed. It wasn't very fluid or sexy. He almost seemed to be stumbling around at spots, too. What was with all the stumbling this week? And Len, he gave them a 6. And the other judges an 8 and a 7. So they ended up with a 21. What was with all the lopsided Len scores this week? I just can't figure it out. Is he, like, on his man period or something? Alright, so Tom and Cheryl, they had the Samba. And Tom's got some problems, some medical problems. He's got stress fractures in both of his feet. And the producers and the doctors totally wanted him to drop out of the comp. But he said no, because he doesn't give up. And what's a few, broken feet, whatever, when you can have fun? I don't know. I think I would have sat out, Tom, because you're going to need those feet. If you can get past the counting out loud and the weird Tom delay faces and stomping around, I guess it was pretty fun. He ended up with a 15. Was it worth it, Tom? Kelly and Louie closing the show with the Samba. Did she lick him in the beginning? Because I'm pretty sure she stuck her tongue out and licked him. I know she made out with him at the end. That was cool. I don't know. She was a little shaky, but I think it was a definite improvement over last week. She's got nerves. So they ended up with a 20. It's going to be very interesting tomorrow because I don't have a clue who's going home. America could very well vote to keep Tom, and I'm having a feeling Debi and Max are in peril. So tomorrow, big show, Queen Latifah, Jabberwocky, with 2 guest dancers who are unnamed. And they're going to predict this season's winner with the Waz, a monkey, and a fantasy sports guy. Sounds interesting. Till then, much love.